It's 7:30. Good morning, I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. Newcastle Council and Police are working on a plan to install a CCTV network in the CBD. 50 cameras will be installed to reduce violence at known trouble spots. They'll be manned on Wednesday, Friday and Saturday nights, while they'll record all movements 24/7. The project is expected to cost about $1 million, with an application to be made to the federal government for funding. The state opposition is being accused of hypocrisy over its plans to retain the heavy rail line into Newcastle. Labor leader John Robertson was the Transport Minister who presided over the original Wickham interchange study put forward during the ALP's years in power. Independent candidate for Newcastle, Jacqueline Haynes, says the opposition leader is engaging in cheap politics.
I believe that the majority of Novocastrians are just sick of the empty business as usual politics. We're sick of dodgy deals and corrupt behaviour, and it's pointless electioneering. If you really want to do something for the electorate, and maybe we're in the season of politicians saying sorry to Newcastle, how about Labor apologise for its deeply unethical behaviour which cost us a viable container terminal, and we move on with actually looking at policy that can help Newcastle move forward.
A former Newcastle taxi driver who was the subject of 17 complaints in 7 years has lost his bid to get his licence back. The Civil and Administrative Tribunal has dismissed John Sunol's appeal after he claimed most of the complaints about him were false. The accusations include falling asleep at the wheel at a set of traffic lights and making racist and homophobic comments to passengers. Newcastle residents will see the completion of the Bathers Way revitalisation arriving sooner than expected, with Council fast-tracking the project. The project has already seen the completion of the Merriweather section, while work in Dixon Park is expected to be completed by December. Council's General Manager Ken Goldthorpe says revitalisation of the path meant Council had to make some difficult choices.
The whole Newcastle Bathers Way has been fast-tracked. Council, when the current Council came to power in October 2012, they did a full review, and as people are aware, we had to make some very hard decisions to try to address the financial sustainability of the organisation.
Forensic staff at the John Hunter Hospital are welcoming a new piece of equipment which can create a 3D reconstruction of a person's body. The Herald reports the $600,000 CT scanner reduces the need to cut open a body to find out the cause of death. Staff say it'll be a big help as their department carries out post-mortem examinations on about 1,700 bodies each year. While with the fire season fast approaching, the Hunter is being prepared through a series of controlled hazard reduction burns. This week, firefighters, together with the Fire and Rescue New South Wales, have been conducting burns to protect homes throughout the region. RFS Lower Hunter Zone Manager Jason McKellar says mechanical fire hazard reduction is another method used all year round as an alternative to burning.
We'll use machinery to slash fire breaks behind residential areas. And while that's certainly not as visible as burning, we maintain over 100 of those areas in the Lower Hunter, and we work on those 12 months of the year.
Now with sport, Madeline Seville.
The Newcastle Knights New South Wales Cup team are preparing to play their first grand final in 20 years. They take on the Panthers at Allianz Stadium this Sunday. Amidst news of his retirement, Captain Matt Hilder has told Knights TV he hopes to finish his career with a winning title.
I'm happy to get there with these boys because it's been a good year and very enjoyable. Yeah, I'm just grateful to be able to, do me last year with a bunch of good blokes.
In hockey, North's defender Matt Dawson has decided against a move to Perth to be closer to the Kookaburras hockey program. The decision comes despite being offered a spot on the development squad. He says hopefully he can keep pushing his case and have the decision to relocate made for him by gaining a place in the 2015 senior squad. And Nelson Bay's Craig Bird has been cleared of a knee injury to play in the Swans grand final against Hawthorn this Saturday. That's sport. I'm Madeline Seville.
To NURFM News Time 26 to 8.